Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back. For those of you that are new here, my name is Ashley Diane. I'm a 39-year-old mother of two, full-time teacher, and competitive bodybuilder with the Canadian Physique Alliance. Today is Sunday, August the 10th, and it marks 8 weeks out to my competition. Actually, 8 weeks out yesterday. I just got back from an incredible 9-day vacation to Iceland with my mom. So you can go check out my former video to see how I did on my trip and how I tried to stay on plan. So I am home now. I got home after 10 p.m. by the time our plane landed, went through customs, got our luggage. Then I had to go to mom and dad's house because my dad picked us up. My car was at mom and dad's, and then I had to drive home. So it was kind of late getting home, definitely a bit tired. I was frustrated when I landed because I was having some big issues with my phone. While I was away, I was supposed to have Wi-Fi on my phone while on the tour bus. However, I couldn't seem to connect. And then a girl in my group was being helpful and told me about eSIM, which I guess is like an electronic SIM card that you can pay and register for and then have data wherever you go throughout Europe. So I went to do that. I tried to activate it. It wasn't working. I contacted the eSIM companies, like customer service, was troubleshooting, sending screenshots back and forth. Then I just gave up. I'm like, whatever. I'll just use Wi-Fi when I get to the hotel each night. However, when I landed and I turned my phone off cellular data, I was still in SOS. And it seems like I disconnected my prior SIM card. So that was very frustrating because being away for like 9 days and having very minimal contact with back home, I was pretty excited to like turn my phone off airplane mode and just connect with everyone again, and I couldn't do that. So I had to wait a while to get through customs and get our luggage and all of that to be able to call my cell phone provider. I had to use my mom's phone. So yeah, I was like a bit like not the happiest when I landed. It was very frustrating and just being tired, but what can you do? The flight went well. It was just over 5 hours. Actually, it's super cute. I love my mom. So one thing we did is there's movies that you can watch, and we picked a movie. I believe it's called Ordinary Angels with Hilary Swank. And then here's a photo of mom and I. We bought the little headphone speakers, and then we pressed play at the same time and watched this movie. It was so sweet. If you've never watched it, it's definitely a tearjerker, and I'm such a softie, but such a good movie. And it was so cute. I love my mom that we like had that moment together. So that was like our last moment before we landed. And then, yeah, now I'm home. Oh, look what I have. So happy. I could not have this black coffee back in Iceland. Coffee is not as much of a priority in Iceland as it is for me. So happy to have my coffee back. The other update, which I guess I forgot to close off my video with last time, was my finger. So I had said that I banged it pretty quickly and it bruised, but it's okay now. So there is actually, in our tour group, there is a surgeon, a really nice older man. He's 80 years old, and he is a surgeon in California who invented this specific surgery that no one else in the world did. And people come from all over the globe to his clinic in California for this surgery. Very intelligent man, very nice man. I really liked meeting him. He was a bit quirky, but it was honestly a pleasure to have met him. But after I hurt my finger, he like did some exercises and bent it, squeezed it, and he's like, yep, you're good. It just was funny because it bruised nearly instantly when I banged it. So how I hurt it, I grabbed a dumbbell, but the dumbbell, some of the rubber was missing. I'll post a photo. I think it was because the rubber was missing, it wasn't properly balanced. So when I went to grab it off the rack, it kind of rolled and it banged my finger. It didn't hurt, but instantly there was a mark. And to be honest, I thought the mark was from a rub off from the rubber, just not being clean. So I didn't even think I hurt it. But then it swelled really fast and I couldn't bend it. And it was really uncomfortable for about 2 days. But now I'm good. So I'm really happy I didn't hurt myself. But I just thought I would make that comment, seeing how maybe I left some of you guys wondering what happened to my finger, but I'm good. So I'm happy about that. Anyways, as I got home late last night, I didn't do check-ins yesterday. So I did them today. Here's how I'm looking. Pretty happy with how I'm looking considering I was away for 9 days. And I also hit a new low of this prep. I'm at 147.4. Prior to going to Iceland, I was like 148. So honestly, I'm really happy that not only was I able to maintain, but I dropped a little bit. And while I was away, I obviously wasn't on a meal plan. Food was very limited in Iceland, not really chicken. And the odd time there was chicken as an option, it was thigh meat. And I really dislike dark chicken meat. I would much rather prefer like red meat, like beef or lamb. So I just tried to be really mindful, pick food choices I had control over. So when I could in the mornings, I would try to add protein powder to yogurt. That was usually my go-to for breakfast. Bring the egg whites from hard-boiled eggs and eat them on the go while we were on the bus. I just tried to be very cautious. I did enjoy myself a little bit. Like I had ice cream a couple of times, which is very traditional in Iceland. I had some really incredible dinners. Like Icelandic lamb is delicious. So yeah, it was honestly such a great time. And I'm so grateful I was able to go away. And it's been a busy summer, 2 trips this year, but I'm very glad that with both of them, I was able to find balance and also prioritize my fitness goals. And neither of the trips set me back. Like both of them, help me get closer to what my goals are. And, having that time away with loved ones and making memories is something I'll always cherish. And now I'm like kind of reset and so focused to tackle my goals. So yeah, I am home. It's so warm. Oh my goodness. Iceland was so cold and windy and I'm outside in a t-shirt, which is unfathomable in Iceland in their summer. Anyways, I'm home. I'm having my coffee. I think I'm not going to train today. While I was away, Erin had kind of said that she wanted to tweak my training and reduce my upper body sessions to once every 2 weeks because I have a lot of upper body muscle. So we're only going to do 3 glute sessions a week. And I think I'll start it tomorrow. So I'll do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just because it works with my plan. However, I will hit cardio today. But probably just like a really nice long, maybe like 10-kilometer walk around my neighborhood. I don't really need to go to town and use the treadmill for that. So the other thing, my house is getting some serious renovations. 2 videos ago had made mention of that. It's great to see all the work, but still a bit to do. I will try to do some filming of that throughout my week and kind of give you an update. But coming home, it's great to see a lot of the progress that has been made. But it's very messy. There's plaster dust everywhere and pieces of shiplap and so forth. But it is what it is. It is looking incredible and I am excited. But this week, I think apart from, training and cardio, I'm going to be working on things in the house a lot, helping to clean up a bit and then doing some painting. And this week, I do not have my kids still. So my ex has them for 2 weeks. 1 week, of course, I was in Iceland, and then this week he continues to have them. So try to keep myself busy and be as productive as possible. Anyway, sorry for the long rant. I just kind of wanted to give you an update now that I'm back home and what I will be doing today and going forward. So thanks for listening. I'll keep you posted with what I get up to. here's a little update on my renos. This was all done while I was away. It's really coming along. So the backsplash is all shiplap, which will look really cool. We've ordered the wood for a butcher block counter, a shelf, the light fixtures have been put in, and then there's shiplap along the side, and everything is put into place. This will likely be my project for tomorrow, to paint the shiplap, and let me show you what my plan is for today. So here is my new closet. Super excited about this. I actually have some proper storage. It has been drywalled. It has been sanded. So for today, I am going to paint this. I bought some primer. So I'm going to do a coat of primer up top here, this inner side, these patches as well. And then of course, this new wall that has been put in place. Then I'm going to hopefully be able to get through 2 coats today of paint. So this is today's project now that I'm done at the gym. So follow along and I shall get to it. And here's the finished closet from yesterday. So I painted all of this. I did a coat of primer and then 2 coats of paint. So I did the outside, inside, all of that. Happy with that. I've been busy this morning cleaning because it was so dirty while I was away. A lot of work got done, but plaster dust was everywhere. So I've cleaned the floor multiple times. The other thing I did yesterday was I painted this black column. So we built this bulkhead because I have a vent going up to heat the upstairs. Eventually, a future project is to get rid of the fireplace and do a new fireplace and built-ins. So for now, I painted this side because the other 2, which I think looks so pretty, is shiplap. I'm hopefully going to paint that a little bit later today. And then over here, where the kitchen is, I did paint this wall yesterday because there was some patching. I cleaned the floor just now because, again, so much plaster. But today, after the gym, my goal is to paint the shiplap on either side, paint this shiplap, and then, again, that column, and then one more over here. So yeah, that is how things have been going. This is a lot cleaner, and yeah, it'll get even better. Good morning, YouTube. Today is Thursday, August the 14th. I haven't picked up my camera to film in a couple of days. Since I've been home, things have been pretty busy. I don't have my kids this week, so I've been really busy, focused, trying to get a lot of stuff done around the house. So last I left off, I did a lot of cleaning, getting rid of plaster dust, just reorganizing after the renos that happened while I was away. And then yesterday, I was busy painting the apartment at the back of my house. So my tenant went away to work. I didn't really film. I did cover and move all of her furniture, and I had quite a bit of painting to do there. I was working at her place from like 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. and I'm glad that that was finished. So yeah, today I'm off to the gym, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the shiplap. I know I had left off saying I was going to do it that particular day. I just didn't get to it. I was so busy with the cleaning, and it was actually exhausting that by the time I got to the gym, I was like, oh, that was a really hard cardio session 2 days ago at the gym. The day prior, I was great. I was just killing it. I was at like 9 incline, 3.6, like guns blazing. Like I felt amazing. In just over an hour, I burnt 600 calories. Where the day after I did all the cleaning and going to the gym a bit later, I was like so hard. I think I had the treadmill at like 3.2. I kept grabbing and holding on for moments. I was just like so tired. And I only ended up burning 500 calories, and it took even longer. It took an hour and 15 minutes to burn the 500. And I was like, whoa. So, though I have plans to do more painting today. Going to the gym at 8 o'clock is so much better because I have more energy. I'm going to eat my oats for breakfast. And then once I'm done at the gym, I have nothing else to do. I'm just going to go home and paint and focus on that. So that's the plan for today. Another thing that I wanted to share briefly. So yesterday, after painting my tenant's place, I did go for a walk. So I did get in my cardio, but there was something kind of exciting that happened in my town. So I live in a small rural Ontario town, kind of in cottage country, an hour and a half from Toronto. And it's a town of 600. There is a small town country band called James Barker Band, and they actually shut down Main Street, which is called King Street, for a music video. And then they had like a call for applications of sharing your small town story. So, and like how living in a small town has shaped your life. So just for fun, I applied and they selected me with my story. So here's a little story, I guess, story time. And it was how I met my boyfriend. So I moved to my small town in 2020 during COVID. I was just recently separated from my now ex-husband. I moved to this new town with my 2 kids. I bought this house. I wanted to turn the back of my house into an apartment for income potential, seeing how I was now going down to a 1-income household. However, when I moved, the back of my house was really cold. And I'm like, I can't rent this out to a tenant. They're going to freeze. No one's going to want it. So, small town charm. There is one store in town. It's the general store. Sells everything. It has the LCBO, has some grocery items, you know, small town general store. But it has a corkboard in the store right when you enter, and local people put their business cards and stuff. So I found a business card there for HVAC, so heating services. And I contacted that individual. His name's Tim. He came and looked at my house, figured out that whatever, and suggested I put in a fireplace. So he put in the fireplace for me. And he was a really nice guy. We just hit it off from the get-go. We had a great conversation. Anytime he'd come over to fix the fireplace or whatever, we just really clicked. And over the next year, we were kind of like friends and, you know, not super tight, but, you know, we would talk here and there. And every time we talked, it was great conversations. Well, fast forward to 2022, and he finally asked me on a date. And because we knew each other so well prior, our first date was no small talk. We already did all that. So we clicked instantly on our first date, and we've been together ever since. So it's been nearly 3.5 years. But anyways, that was kind of my small town story that I shared, which I think is super cute. And I always joke, I'm like, how we met is like the Hallmark story. In a day and age where most people meet online or the bar, it's honestly, I love it. I think it's super cute that I met him by picking up his business card at the general store. So they obviously liked my story and I got to share it. So there was some clips of me like talking to the camera and sharing my story. And then after they had us be a part of the crowd scene for this music video, we had to like go onto the bleachers, come off the bleachers, have a serious face. They did close-ups. I don't know, it's pretty cute. When the video comes out, I will share it. I'm like kind of nervous. I'm going to see myself, but whatever. So yeah, that's what happened yesterday. And like I said, for a small town of 600, stuff like that never happens. So it's kind of cool. I got to be a part of it. And yeah, so that's that. But yeah, it's been a week. I have to say, like, it honestly took like 3-4 days for me to actually sleep decently throughout the night. For the first several days coming back from my trip, I really struggled with sleep. I was waking up between 1 to like 2:30 every day and just laying in bed because that was around the time I was awake in Iceland. So that had been a challenge. Now I'm sleeping much better, but yeah, it's been an adjustment. And like with prep, it's been hard because I'm not 100% in that mindset, and I really got to work on it because there's just so many things going on at this particular moment, like with the renovations in my house, coming back from a trip, the adjustment, like my mind's like all over the place. So I've been going through the motions. I've been doing my training, my cardio. I'm not going to lie, I haven't been 100% on my meal plan like I have in the past. I think part of that too is because I just got back from a trip. And when I was on the trip, I wasn't on a meal plan, but I did well. I still managed my goals and eating mindfully, but I really have to shift that mindset now that I'm home and just stick to my plan, because I only got less than 50 days, I think now, or around 50. So I really got to grind and go for it. But mentally, my mind's a bit scattered. In the past, I found prep to be an easy focus for me because it was at those particular moments in my life, it was the only thing I was excited about. It was the only thing that I'm going for it. Where this summer, it feels so different because I've had 2 trips. So I was excited for those trips, and I'm still living off the high of those trips. And then I've had the renovations for my house, which I'm excited about and putting in work. And it's a bit hard to focus on prep at this moment. And I really know I got to get my together so that I can pull this prep off. But that's just me being honest and vulnerable right now with you with how things are going. But anyways, it's a new day. It's Thursday. I am going to go to the gym and crush my glutes and do my cardio and go home and paint. And I don't know if I'm really going to show much of my training because it's glutes. I filmed it already in this video, so not much is different. Cardio, not much is different. I don't know. I'll see what I show you today. If not, I'll catch you tomorrow. Hi, YouTube. Welcome back. It is Friday, August the 15th. Last I left off was going to the gym yesterday. I got my workout done, got in a bunch of cardio, got so sweaty. Really good cardio session. I actually was on my treadmill for an hour and 40 minutes. And yeah. And, in my last little video, I gave you a little insight into where my headspace has been lately with prep and just how I'm feeling. So last night, I went for a little walk around town with my boyfriend, and this is my 3rd prep he has seen me go through. And he's been amazing, very supportive of me with my goals. And he knows me better than anybody knows me. And last week, he just kind of asked how I was feeling about this prep because he's noticed himself that my focus isn't quite what it normally is. And I really thought about it. And in all honesty, my heart and my mind are just not there for prep. And in the past, I've been so focused, so determined, given prep my all. And I really am not in that headspace right now. And it's not something negative. In the past, I have used prep as kind of a scapegoat when things in my life were kind of crumbling apart, going through my divorce, going through personal relationship problems, all those other things. Prep was the one positive and controllable in my life, and I leaned on it. And I feel kind of right now, my mind's in a different headspace. I'm actually at a great place personally that I've been in a really long time. I just got back from 2 incredible vacations with my kids, my mom, made amazing memories. I'm still in the high of those vacations. My house is going through some huge renovations that I'm really excited about. And I've been putting in a lot of work to do those renovations with the painting and whatever I can do. So that's been a huge excitement in my life where a lot of my focus has been. I am in a relationship. I've been with my boyfriend for nearly 3.5 years, and we've had some ups and downs, many ups and downs. Our relationship's been in the best place it's ever been in. So I feel really good about that. And, I go back to work in 2.5 weeks. I believe I have an evaluation with work this year. So the more I think about it, I'm there's so much going on in my life, good things. And then to add prep on top of it, I have 7 weeks to go. I would really have to grind to make it to stage. Not that it's not possible. I've done it before. But when I think about it, I'm I don't really feel that's what I want to do. And that's okay. So I spoke to my coach, Erin, and kind of gave her a little insight into how I'm feeling, and she's very supportive. So for now, I am stopping prep. I still have goals. I'm not going to just let everything go to the wayside. I do have a photo shoot 2 weeks after my tentative show date. So in 9 weeks, and I want to get a bit leaner for my photo shoot. And then this is the first time, this sounds crazy, but I really want to have a good off season and not a bulk season. In the past, being fully transparent, I am a foodie and I have struggled with food post show, gained more weight than I wanted to. And I don't want to do that. And I feel if I had to grind really hard for 7 weeks, that it would be very likely that I would become very food focused and fall down that same rabbit hole I don't want to fall down. So seeing where I am and having a real reality check with myself. I have maintained this body weight, body composition all summer, probably since May, June. I've gone on 2 trips and not been fully disciplined with a meal plan because you can't be when you're traveling, but I've been able to maintain, and that's a huge, huge, huge win. And right now that's kind of where my mindset is at, I love fitness. I do have personal goals, and I just kind of want to be in that headspace and just be in that moment. And, going from bikini to fit model, it is a slightly different look. And I do believe I have to kind of reshape my body a little bit, remold it. And I am looking forward to working with Erin. The very first time I worked with a coach in my off season to really bring my best for next year. So, and she's all on board, very supportive. So my new plan, photo shoot in 9 weeks. And then I just want to get my body in the best position to start prep at the beginning of January. And my goal is to compete in the spring. I turn 40 in March. So if I can do a regional show after my birthday and qualify for Masters, then I want to do the Toronto Pro qualifier in Toronto at the beginning of June. So that's where my headspace is at. And, I'm really excited about it. I just felt, as much as I love prep and I love competing, it really just didn't feel like it was the right time for me. And as I said, there's so many other things going on in my life that it's hard. Prep is something you can't, half-ass. You have to give it your all. And I never want to show up if I didn't feel like I brought my best. Nor do I want to push myself so hard that it's going to be a grueling 7 weeks, considering I am a multifaceted person and have so many other aspects of my life. I am a teacher. I'm going back to work. I'm a mom. I need to be present for my kids. I don't want to have my kids suffer because I'm grinding and potentially in a bad mood. I want to be a good partner for my boyfriend, my house, all these other things. So I feel that for me, I can confidently say this is the best decision, and I feel really good about it. So yeah, I guess this prep series is coming to an end. Please continue to follow along, and I will take you along on this new phase of my journey as I just live life a little bit and still train and eat according to my goals, but just longer term goals and not immediate 7-week competition goals. So that's enough of that. I have a massage and I will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.